Hello, my friends. SALgorithm, week 2 in the NFL. Last week, we did pretty well, went 3-2. We missed on calling the under in Chiefs and Cardinals. We thought Kyler Murray would have a bad day, and he did. We thought he wouldn't contribute to the scoring, and he didn't. But the Chiefs scored just too many points, so we didn't get that one. We missed the 2-point conversion. If the Raiders had converted that, maybe we have a shot at the cover in that, the plus 3.5 against the Chargers. It didn't work out. Derek Carr threw 3 interceptions. So it just didn't go our way, but we did hit on Houston covering at home. We hit on Baltimore covering against the Jets. And what's our other game? Bears. Sorry about that. We hit on the Bears against San Francisco. So solid performance all around. I have a massive number of picks for this week, so let's get right at it. Back with the Ravens at home, a kind of a revenge game last year. You might recall they lost to the Dolphins on Thursday night. I think the Ravens take care of business this time, laid the 3.5. Jets played, pretty well in spots against the Ravens last week. I think they're good enough to cover against the Browns. It's a 6.5 point line. So we're going to go with the Jets in this one. Giants against the Panthers at home. Giants a 2-point favorite. We like the Giants to cover that against the Panthers. Watch out for that rushing attack and Saquon Barkley while he's healthy. Jaguars, I think plus 3.5 against the Colts at home. I think Doug Peterson's got a ton of talent on that team, and he's just the coach to coordinate that talent. So I like the Jaguars to keep it close or beat the Colts to 3.5. The Falcons and Rams, 10.5 for Los Angeles, the favorite in this one. We're going with the Falcons sort of underneath the numbers in through 3 quarters against the Saints. They were very solid last week. So let's go with the Falcons to keep it close against the Rams. We love the 10.5. Also, the over in this one is very attractive to me. 2 fast-paced offenses. They're going to try to score quickly. Look for the Rams to do what the Saints did last week. Increase their protections against the Falcons blitz. Send 2 or 3 receivers out on patterns. Look for mismatches against the linebackers underneath. I love the 46.5 there as an over. San Francisco, look for them to bounce back. The Trey Lance narratives, stop. Not yet. Let's give Trey a chance. And I think Geno Smith will play poorly in this bounce back game for the 49ers. 8.5 on the line here. And I think the 49ers win this one by at least 2 touchdowns. Bengals as a road favorite, 7.5 against the Cowboys. The Cowboys are in disarray. You saw how poorly they played last week, especially that offense. I don't think it gets better this week. So the Bengals laying the 7.5 against the Cowboys in a bounce back spot for the Bengals. Raiders minus 5.5 against the Cardinals. Very rich line, but what's the Cardinals' record in their last 8 games? 1-7. 1-7. They were in the playoffs last year, and yet 1-7. Fade the Cardinals for now and look for the Raiders to bounce back. And then speaking of bounce back, I don't know if it's the lock of the week, but it's a good lock, and that's that the Broncos will dominate the Texans in the thin air at Mile High. I'm going to give you even a score, 41-10 Broncos, 41-10. Look how many yards they had in that game against Seattle. 2 turnovers inside the 5-yard line, which just doesn't happen in the NFL. 180-yard delta against Seattle. So we like Broncos minus 10 in this spot. And we'll close it off with the Bills against the Titans, 2 playoff teams from last year. Titans felt very laconic at home. I think Buffalo is certainly good enough to win by 13, 17 points in this spot. These are inflated numbers to try to get you to take the underdog, but I think the Bills laying the 10 is a safe bet early in the season. So we'll go Bills minus 10. As always, we combine in SALgorithm traditional statistics with unconventional ones. And so these games are all backed up by our unconventional or non-traditional statistical model, as well as our conventional statistical model. The unconventional model says, look, there are human performance cycles at play here, and the human performance cycles in all of these cases, we're going with the team that has the stronger side of the cycle. So let's see how we do, and we'll catch up with you later in the week or as we look to NFL Week 3. Thanks a lot.